request before we have the class. If for any reason, you physically can't, if for any reason after the meditation, when I usually talk and I answer questions, if you physically can't do that, if you have some problems with your back, or please let me know before, because I don't mind if people, I just see their name, they lie down, they listen to what I talk about. I don't mind that, but let me know, because otherwise it's kind of an insult if people just leave, So let me know if you have that kind of, Christine let me know, and Kerry let me know, and it's just fine, But it's really not good to just leave. You wait another 10 minutes. Sometimes the talks are more powerful than the meditation classes, and you can really get something of depth and value from them. So we'll have a meditation class, and then afterwards, if anyone has a question, I'll be happy to try and answer it. Let me just say, I didn't want to talk, but I keep saying this and telling you that the period between Rudy's birthday and Rudy's Samadhi is always so powerful. I always feel like I'm dragging my ass through the cosmos, in that particular month. And you combine it with Mercury in retrograde and COVID virus and all this other stuff going on in the world. It's a difficult time. And it's really a time to kind of do what nature does. Nature in the dead of winter rests. It meditates. It really takes it easy so there can be rebirth. And, we have to attune ourselves to that kind of consciousness. It's a time to truly rest. It's a time to truly meditate, to go deep inside. And it's a time to really allow oneself, it's like we need that as human beings. I know I need it. I don't know about the rest of you. I need it as a human being. And then there's rebirth. It's like, that poem by Keats. So wind, if winter's here, is spring, far behind. And it's really true. And we have to recognize these cycles. Nature recognizes them. Nature's miraculous in being able to teach us these things. We have to recognize them ourselves. We have to take that time. It's like vacation time. And best thing to do is inner work, to be quiet, not wasting a lot of energy. It's like when you do that today in this period, it's like beating a dead horse trying to go somewhere. So it's not only meditation and not only actively, it's being conscious of cycles. Because the same cycles that take place in nature take place in each and every one of us. And we have to recognize this and be aware of it and allow these cycles to fulfill themselves. Especially now, my God, the dead of winter, Mercury in retrograde, COVID virus, Rudy's birthday, and man, I feel like I'm sometimes, trying to cut my way through a mountain with a machete, and I discovered that just wait. One has to be able to wait. It takes as much consciousness to wait as it does to actively live in the world. And sometimes we really have to wait. We have to do our own work, but wait. And then the results come, things manifest. If we allow God, the universe, higher energy to guide our lives, things will always manifest. We'll always get through that mountain of stuff that we have to deal with, and things manifest. It's like, I wrote somebody in an email the other day, person is a student here, was writing a book and having difficulty. I said, let it breathe. Let the book tell you where it wants to go. We have to be the same way. We have to let life breathe. And then we have to let life tell us where it wants us to go. And instead of endlessly trying to make it happen, we allow the energy to flow through and it happens. And we learn how to wait. We learn how to consciously wait. We also learn how to consciously be active in the world. And these two things are not in opposition to each other if we learn how to do them consciously. So, try to use the energy that way. I mean, this energy of these meditations is very strong, very deep. Take it inside yourself and allow cycles to fulfill themselves. You can't force this meditation. If you try to breathe the heart open, it's not going to work. So you have to have gratitude. That works. You understand? If you try to breathe the navel chakra, it's not going to work. But you just focus your attention there. That will open the chakra. So we use the tools we have consciously. And then this energy can flow through and it will guide us. If we trust it, it will guide us. It'll really give us extraordinary things to do with our lives. So I just want, I've been talking about this a lot lately, and I think it's something that I'm learning too, because I've always been a very kind of active person in the world, And, you get older, you've done it, and you don't want to continue doing that, and then you have to work differently. The energy creates the activity. And I think it's a great way to live, So please, everyone, try to work really deeply inside and try to really open and allow the spiritual energy to come in and to guide your life this way, We'll have a meditation class. Muted, everyone. And does anyone have a question they would like to ask?
Hi. Are you experienced to see third eyes like this area? Not necessary to see, just popping up, or what is that?
I don't understand your question.
Third eyes. When you meditate, you feel third eyes around this area?
Yes.
What looks like I mean,
well,
mm-hmm.
Listen, Tsuko, as you work in yourself, it'll grow inside you. You will experience this. I can't really tell you what it is. It's something that's unique in every human being. You will experience it. It's an eye that opens, that allows you to see through all the illusion of life, what's real. You understand? And it's a very important aspect of any kind of inner work, because in order for that eye to open, you have to be really quiet in your mind. You have to be really centered inside, because it's a really strong energy. And that will allow you to see through what's real, all the Maya, the illusion of life, the dreamlike nature of life, to see what's real. And to me, I've discovered in my life, what's real is anything that helps me to get closer to my spiritual enlightenment, which means everything is real. You understand? It just depends upon how we see it and how we live with it. In life, everything is a manifestation of God, and everything in life is our teacher. And when it becomes that, it's all real. And it becomes that when you begin to see with the third eye, with the inner eye. The Om sound, when you begin to hear with that inner ear. So the Om sound becomes the same kind of energy, cuts through all of the illusion, the Maya, and it makes it possible to live here and to allow life to be your teacher, because whatever happens in your life is teaching you something about yourself so that you can get closer to your spiritual enlightenment. Understand? So when these areas open inside, it's really extraordinary because it gives one that gift. One has to be ready for that gift. There are people that have those gifts and sometimes use them in very terrible ways. You know, they use them, you know, they become witchcraft and sorcery and all kinds of black magic they use these psychic gifts for. It's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about using them, you know, to get strong enough inside to allow yourself to see through all the illusion, all the Maya, you know, and to recognize that whatever is around you, whatever experience you have, if it becomes, you know, if it's Maya, if it's illusion, then it's not real. But when you see it as your teacher, it becomes real. And that's what separates illusion from reality. But we need to have incredible inner development to do this and to do it in a conscious way. I don't mean to do it as a, you know, a psychic and this and people that have these gifts, but to do it in a conscious way where it serves us as a means to get closer to our spiritual enlightenment. So the third eye is an essential area of opening. You know, it also allows us to receive knowledge, you know, and I don't mean intellectual knowledge. I mean knowledge, creative energy, knowledge that flows from the universe, that's infinite, the wisdom of God, you know? The wisdom of God is a different kind of intelligence than the wisdom of man, than the intelligence of man. And when a person is open enough inside, then you understand their mind, their third eye, their opening allows them to receive that wisdom. It's the place where all creative energy comes from. I mean, you're a dancer, you're an artist, a musician, you know, it's how I met you, for God's sake. And that's where all the creative energy comes from. I mean, I mentioned this a lot because I loved it. You know, when Bach was dying, all the people around him, his wife and children, they were all lamenting and, you know, he's dying and crying. And he said, what? He said, I'm just going where the music comes from. I read that. It really changed, it really opened something in me so profoundly. He was going where all creativity comes from. So in our lives, as we live every day, we have to be able to go there to receive that creativity and allow it to guide our lives. That doesn't happen if the third eye isn't open, if the crown chakra is not open, throat isn't open, the heart isn't open. We're not grounded in the navel chakra isn't open, the sexual energy isn't open. Because when these things are not open, it just creates blocks that keep us from opening all the other chakras in a deep way.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Your head is shining, really shining. Oh my God. Around here,
Okay,
shining.
look there.
Wow.
Listen, okay. Take it inside yourself. You don't have to talk about it. Just take it inside yourself. Let it work on you. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask?
Stuart?
Yes, it's my name.
You had mentioned one of the many things you mentioned yesterday about 10 minutes could equal 5 years of work, how 10 good minutes. Could you talk about that?
I just did. If you do everything, when I answer the last question, 10 minutes can be 5 years. You can do in minutes what used to take you lifetimes to do, years to do. I really mean it. You know, it's incredible how that energy gives you the capacity to do. And it's not this, as I said many times, this or that. You can do this and that, and that, and that. Your energy is strong enough to be able to nurture so many different things and to use them creatively. You know, and you can do in minutes what it used to take years to do. I can do now in minutes, seconds, what used to take me forever to do. You know, and it's just the growth, it's the capacity inside oneself. You get past yourself, because the only thing that keeps us from doing things is ourself. We get past ourselves and all these things become possible. I mean, I don't want to go through a laundry list of what my life has been like, but I would amaze most of you. How did he do all that? Run a business, teach, travel all over the world teaching, go to India 40 times for pilgrimages, for teaching. How do you do this? You understand? It's the energy that allows you to do it. It enables you to do things that you can't even dream that you can do when the energy is congested inside. And that's, you know, not even a tenth of the laundry list of what used to go on in my life. And in many ways still does, not as much. I've lived through all that, and now it's a different level of teaching these classes, of connecting with people this way all over the world, trying to really do Rudy's work in the most profound way I can so that it nurtures people. And my job is to just give it away. You know, my job is not to be a teacher. I told you, I'm not a guru, you know, it's to give it away. It's to really share this Shakti, this energy with people so they can grow and have their own independent connection with God. That's the best service anybody can do me, get their own independent connection with God. But that takes commitment, it takes focus, it takes a need inside oneself that transcends all other needs, that enables you to do the work that you have to do on yourself to get to the place I'm talking about. And it denies nothing. I mean, part of this is just simply getting to a place where you can just laugh at yourself. It's such an important element in spiritual growth, the ability to laugh at oneself. Come on, schmuck, cut it out, you know? You don't have to be right all the time. You know, it's really an amazing way of relieving the pressure of life and allowing the energy to work on us. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask?
Stuart, this is Emma.
Yes.
I have a question, which is, what is the day of Rudy's birthday and what is the day of Rudy's samadhi?
Rudy was born on January 24th, and he took his samadhi on February 21st.
Thank you.
You're welcome, dear. Good to see you in so many classes. Does anyone else have a question they would like to? Those are very precious days for me. They're very special days. You know, especially the day of the samadhi is, you know, I mean, I was there when it happened, you know, and it was an amazing revelation for me of the profundity of Rudy's work and teaching this, and to be able to carry on something that he gave to the world. I mean, it was just, to me, you know, I look at myself, I always say in the mirror, and I see a living miracle. I mean, you don't hit a mountain at 125 miles an hour just to walk away without having something important to do in life. And it's a living miracle, you know, and I'm just grateful to have learned what he taught me and to be able to do what I do, you know. So Samadhi is the 21st. I think that's on a Sunday. Is it a Saturday? Sunday? I don't know.
Sunday.
Sunday. We'll have a special class on that day. We'll have two special classes, one in Europe and one here in the Americas. Europe and the Middle East and in the Americas. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? In all humility, I end this, maybe I sound like a broken record, I don't know, but I just want to thank everybody for being here, because your presence here really makes me work deeply on myself. You know, to be able to nurture 35, 40 people that come to a class like this. And I'm very grateful to come here and do it. Transforms me every day that I do this. Sometimes, like yesterday, I complained, but all right, I think once in 8 months, I have the right to complain. I told you I was burning out. I'm not burning out, you know? I mean, if it wasn't for this, I would be dead, frankly, doing this kind of work with people. So God bless you all, and thank you for being here, and thank you for opening and taking this energy inside and allowing me to give it away, because that's really what I have to do at this time of my life, give it away to people that want to work hard enough on themselves to take it. It's the goal. So we'll have a class on, what is today? Monday? I don't even know the days anymore. We'll have a class on Wednesday, and hopefully I'll see everybody then. Bless you all.
Thank you, Stuart.
Good night. Thank you so much.
Good night.